more. He called himself a professional life ruiner, compared himself to Charles Manson. The website was up for 16 months, during which Moore stated several times he was protected by the same laws that protect Facebook. Moore also paid a hacker to break into email accounts of victims and steal private photos. Oh my God. Oh my God. What the fuck? Dude, what a fucking psycho, dude. The site was closed in April 2012 and sold to an anti-bullying group in 2015. Moore pleaded guilty to felony charges for aggravated identity theft and aiding and abetting in the unauthorized access of a computer. In November 2015, Moore was sentenced to 2 years and 6 months in prison, a $2,000 fine. Wait, that's it? That's wild. This dude literally fucking operated a revenge porn website. I guess it's because like they didn't really have laws around that at the time, right? Like, because revenge porn laws are... I think they might have literally created revenge porn laws because of this dude.
For the last girl I got pregnant, for example, she just happens to be under dumb pregnant bitch in my phone. So basically all cripples suck the best fucking dicks. Definitely hit up a cripple.
The problem with Hunter is he lacks empathy. Hunter is a fucking sociopath.
As a white male who's extremely good looking, I never really wanted to dabble in...
Bro, what the fuck? They must have front loaded this, right? They find like all the worst shit this guy has ever said, or what's up?
Having sex with black girls because I thought it was gross.
This is like, bro, if he hadn't done the revenge porn website though, he could have had a wonderful career being like a multi-level marketing guy. If he only didn't do the fucking revenge porn website, he could have just had a wonderful blossoming career. You know what I mean?
You know, all of the bad things, all of the bad instincts of human nature.
His website, Is Anyone Up?, was designed for public humiliation on a scale only the internet can offer.
It is nude photographs that people...
Bro, what the fuck? Why did ABC Nightline even interview this guy? Also, more importantly, what is that hair, dude?
Taken of themselves on blast for the world to see.
This site is so inappropriate.
I approve of
Are
this
you on? IsAnyoneElse.com?
I know for a fact I saw underage girls on there.
You better have a body to make up for that. Oh my God!
He had a stated goal of as many women killing themselves as possible.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like I said, this is like just regular. I mean, dudes like this still exist, by the way. They're on forums that I will not mention, but like, no, that's like, you know, a lot of my haters are exactly like this guy, straight up. He's just like 4chan manifested into one human being.
I don't know how you can point your finger at me. You took the picture.
There was nothing that was going to stop him, and it was getting bigger by the day.
Never stops. People are submitting all the time.
I immediately hated him. Really hated him.
That just means they're threatened by you, sweetheart.
You have to study your enemy. So Hunter became my #1 target. I really truly wanted to destroy his life.
Low key though, the only way to fucking deal with deranged psychos like this, like low key, is to find another guy who's like also a deranged psycho. Like some of my stalkers have like counter stalkers, you know what I mean? Where they are just like also spending all their fucking day. I see it sometimes. Like they'll just be like eating each other's asses non-stop. There's no other way to deal with it. The only way that this sort of stuff stops, which by the way, of course, ties perfectly into how streaming stars pay the price of online fame. Stars on Twitch, the video game streaming platform, invite viewers in their homes virtually. What happens when one shows up in person? Someone wrote an article about Amaranth. No, literally, like you gotta have some, you know, white hat stalkers. That's the only way. I'm not even kidding. There is only one way to fucking, two ways to stop this. Like, either those dudes hero themselves, okay, or they either like move on to a different target, and that happens regularly as well, or they just unironically start getting stalked themselves. You know what I mean? Like, and then they get scared into submission.
My name is James McGibney, and I brought down the most hated man.
Are you trying to pay Chad the White Knight, you lol? No, man. I would never fucking... Shut the fuck up, dude. Month subscriber, like, I'm not paying you shit, motherfucker. Suck my cock.
On the internet.
Hunter, just so we're clear, it's a site where people would basically put up like inappropriate pictures of their exes. They're angry now, they're putting up their pictures for everyone to see, and they don't go away. They stay up there forever, right?
Yeah, basically.
The very first time I went to IsAnyoneUp.com, I was shocked that this was legal. They just have women's naked images and men's naked images without their consent. One of the very first ones that I saw, my first thought was, oh my God, I hope the police are aware about this girl who's underage. But then on the post, they would post her address. They would post where her parents worked.
I mean, this still continues. This is literally the internet still to this day. There are so many people like this on the internet still to this day, straight up.
What is your motive?
You guys are saying, huh? What the fuck? Some of you don't have any, online female content creator friends, and that's understandable, obviously, for understandable reasons. But like, female content creators on the internet literally exist under this like constant threat of brigading to this day, every single day, straight up, nonstop. And it's not just 4chan. A lot of Discord servers exist, and it makes it absolutely like infinitely easier to do. This is just like most content creators on the internet go through this in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, but you can't take down all the Discord servers. Trans content creators, of course, go through this. I mean, I go through this as well, but this is how it is.
Your website, is this money? Is it?
No, it's just getting that information out to everybody.
We're choosing to send them to somebody that we trust. Like, that doesn't mean that we expect them to show up on the internet.
Some of these photos that would have 1 million views within 24 hours. So that's 1 million unique visitors that came to the site, saw a potentially underage girl, and now we're not only stalking her, they were stalking the entire family. Right around that time was when I discovered, it was Hunter Moore, but that
a lot of these people also literally think that they are holding these people accountable. So this comes with a story attached to it, right? Like it'll be like, and it can be a lie, by the way. And in a lot of instances, it's just straight up a lie or a misrepresentation of facts. But the story is why these people hyperfixate on bringing this righteous indignation down upon these people. They rationalize it. My experience, of course, is like with my own psychopathic brigade of stalkers myself, but they literally will say like, oh, we're holding this person accountable. They always think they're holding the person accountable, that their enemy in this circumstance, whether it's like a random woman on the internet, a Twitch streamer or whatever the fuck, is ontologically evil, and no amount of like psychotic deranged cyber stalking they engage in is ridiculous or obscene because they're being held accountable. What have they done? Doesn't matter.
That Hunter Moore had a little bit of a public persona.
Hey guys, it's me, Hunter Moore. This is a continuation of my educational series, which you can find the rest of them on this channel by clicking below.
Hunter Moore was known as the most hated man on the internet, and it's easy to see why.
It's 2012, what do you expect to happen? Somebody's gonna monetize this, and I was the person to do it.
Doesn't mean that you have to profit off it.
I mean, but I want to.
I would look at stories and media interviews, and he's saying he's making $25,000 a month. No, it was bullshit. As I was studying him, I hated him. As I was reviewing his site and his content, I despised him.
For me, for the last girl I got pregnant, for example, she just happens to be under dumb pregnant bitch in my phone. So I'm going to go ahead and type in dumb pregnant. Oh, there she goes. Scroll down to the fucking bottom. There's a block this caller.
It did become a bit of an obsession, and it became that.
I'm telling you, white hat stalker. Straight up. I saw 30 seconds of this fucking video and immediately I clocked it. That's a psycho on the one hand, and then you have a white hat stalker on the other, just straight up fucking counter stalking the stalker guy. I'm not even kidding. I'm not. Like, there's no other way to take down these dudes half the time. Straight up.
Because sometimes he would post what the women emailed him. He would post their comments underneath the photos saying, I can't take this anymore. I'm going to kill myself.
He told us nothing could stop him.
And then I just replied back with LOL.
And you would read them and your heart would bleed for these girls.
Public humiliation.
Yeah, it is.
It became an obsession for me to save these girls' lives, and it became an obsession for me to make an example of someone like Hunter Moore.
We will hold Hunter Moore accountable for his actions. We will protect anyone who is victimized by abuse of our internet. We will prevent the stalking, rape, and possible murders as byproduct of his sites.
So Anonymous was very aware of what I was doing. I was going after these revenge porn websites, especially on Twitter. Then a couple of the big time old school OG Anonymous members reached out to me privately and wanted to help.
I'm just reaching out to say hello, and I'm not sure what you're really trying to do here, but I've got my eye on you, sir. Thank you for your service.
They were already aware of Hunter Moore and Is Anyone Up? And they said, what's your plan? What do you want to do? I really truly wanted to destroy his life, just like he had destroyed all these women's lives. We sat down together and studied Hunter. So what fuels Hunter? What does Hunter feed off of on a daily basis?
We're watching while we wait for Cutie Cinderella. What?
Your setup is crazy.
Oh yeah, you've never been here before.
This is nuts.
Yeah, I decided to substitute Ludwig, who actually fucking hates women's rights.
It's
like,
true.
He literally despises that women have in places like California the autonomy to be able to make decisions.
He's
over their own
always like
bodies.
shaking his fist at the idea.
Yeah.
Like sometimes he'll randomly get mad at you because he just remembers it.
Yeah.
So that's bad. But
yeah. So I was gonna have him and Cutie come, and we were gonna do a You Laugh, You Lose, and he also is not very funny. He does steal a lot of your jokes. So I was like, I'd rather have Slime here instead.
Well, it's not about him being funny. It's about the content, right? Do you laugh at a lot of stuff? Do you find yourself laughing a lot?
No. It's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
But also, we're not gonna do it yet. We'll do the intro, but I just right now for the duration, understand why we don't actually laugh at a lot of stuff here. One, because we're leftists, and like you have to be humorless. The less you laugh, the better of a leftist you are.
Yeah,
so that's one. And two, we're currently watching this guy who apparently Hunter Moore, who is like the revenge porn king.
Oh.
And the similarities between him and like the average, 4chan, Kiwi Farms, fucking Discord server stalker is like it's a 1-to-1.
What made him the king?
He apparently operated a website that just straight up would post revenge porn.
Okay, so he monetized it. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
I heard the audio coming in. I thought it was about Hunter Biden, and I was like, well, this sounds pretty...
No, no, not Hunter Biden. He's our king. Hunter Biden's our king.
Well, you'd go to his Twitter timeline and you'd see that he'd have tons of money laid out. He'd always have $100 bills everywhere in his parents' house. Cocaine's everywhere.
There's
There are
Hunter
images,
Biden.
countless images
Like,
of him
to a T.
snorting cocaine off of a woman's backside in a club, and he's posting it on Twitter.
So I went to the bathroom and did a little blow. I let her suck my dick.
So he said, okay.
Hassan's weak spot is if you make fun of him.
Dude, you do the same thing I do. You check their shit. You see what's going on. Oh, my God.
And then
we're
I
the
tell him I
same.
fuck their mom. My weak spot is your mom. Your mom's pussy.
It is funny. You're just
I
like,
ban them.
you're too much of a Chad to kind of like make fun of. Like you'll always have that. Like if you and someone's mom met in a casual setting, it's like probably, and that's hype.
Well, here's the thing, though. I think that is what makes people go fucking crazy, though. I don't know if that's the reason, but like there is a reason why, like, you probably say fuck your mom jokes all the time. Seer does it all the time. But when I do it, these motherfuckers will literally become like my most loyal hate watcher.
Like feral animals.
Yeah, it's like 48 months and 37 days and 86 seconds ago, Hassan Piker blocked me on Twitter after saying he fucked my mom. Ever since then, I've made it my life's mission to destroy him. And then like he thinks like anime music is playing in the background.
That's crazy. You know what? I think I have an advantage here because I'm bald. So it's like, for one, they're like, well, I'm not bald yet because they're 14.
As a bald person, yeah.
Well, I'm also a disadvantaged. Like I'm more like a veteran in the eyes of the state. But also, it's like if I make fun of him, like, okay, well, there's a reason, They connect with me in a weird way, but there's nothing to connect with you about because you're 6'12".
I mean, I don't know. I also am like an extremely online, brain broken weirdo, just like they are. It's not like
it's true.
You know what I mean? It's like I have all of these amenities, I have all of these qualities, and yet I spend every waking moment online. just like they do. So ultimately, we're not that different in that regard. You know what I mean?
Think about that, guys. Think about that if you're mad.
No, that's what I try to describe to them. It's like, dude, like most people that are normal would never ever in a million years spend a second on Twitter.
No, and a lot of people, well, most people don't, if you think about that. Most human beings in the world are like normies in the classical sense, where they like go to like, they like do their jobs and like they live like real lives where they do stuff. And they look at Twitter like once every couple weeks, and that's fine, you know, for them.
Yeah.
But we have disease.
Yeah, and then they don't understand that though. Like they literally don't get that, you know, I choose to do all this, you know, insane shit just like they do. I'm just as brain broken. Anyway, let's keep going with this though.
His big things are cocaine, money, and women. What can we provide? Well, not cocaine and women, so that left us with money. So, okay, let's look at his traffic and how is he monetizing his traffic off of his anyone up?
I like that the guest is still Felix from yesterday, so when people write guest, it just goes
funny.
back to by your logic.
He finally followed me. I've never listened to Chavo Trap House in my life.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Not out of protest. I just never...
That's so surprising.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd love their shit.
I think so too, and I felt kind of bad because I was like, oh, it seems like a cultural literacy I'm missing out on.
Yeah.
But
no, it's true.
I'll catch up.
Surprised.
So you can look at the source code easily on any site. Just right click on any website, view source code, and you can see what ads he had running, what was feeding in. He didn't really have any. So I said, how the hell is this guy making his money? He's not.
It quickly became apparent that Hunter was more about the flash and cash than anything else.
How is he monetizing anyone up? There was no way he's making that money.
Purchasing is anyone up from Hunter and then shutting the website down, thus ridding the internet of this scourge became the plan.
We approach him.
That sounds
it
like
took us quite a few months to develop a rapport.
No, but that's good. That's exactly what I said. I said these guys are like white hat stalkers. Because like the only thing that stops like a stalker, like a deranged stalker of yours, that's like cyber stalking you, doing everything they can to like try to fucking get people to like hate you or whatever, is a white hat stalker who like reverse stalks the stalker.
Yeah.
And makes their life unbearable and miserable. And oftentimes those guys don't really have like resources or even like friends or family that they can like rely on to restore their mental sanity. So they just like end up pushing them over the fucking brink, which I am totally an advocate for, by the way. Straight up. Yeah. They have no support group other than like other fucking weirdo stalkers.
Yeah. Just look at the sun and feel the sky under it's
shot.
It's just it's great outside.
Yes, this is Ludwig. My guest is Ludwig.
Do you use this?
Yeah, it's great.
We were emailing quite a bit, and I had to pretend to be Hunter's friend to gain his trust. I just had to keep making sure that I was saying the right things. We didn't want the fish to get off the hook. There's 3 or 4 members of Anonymous that are involved.
We looked for vulnerabilities.
Oh, she's here finally.
Hunter was doing.
Every day we're reviewing and analyzing all the emails back and forth and deciding what the next response was going to be and what time the next phone call was going to be. While I was conversing with Hunter, he disclosed to me one day that he was tipped off, or he was aware that there was a federal investigation of his site. So he knew towards the end that the FBI was starting to...
I love when the FBI goes after people like this. They're like, only we can have the pornography, like the illicit pornography. Okay, only we get that. They're just jealous.
Greedy,
you know what I mean?
Greedy FBI.
Yeah, they're like, no, we have it, not you.
To get close.
It's in our
but he wasn't taking
folder
the site down. That was the scary
called
thing about
big
Hunter.
Porn.
He had so many haters that were coming at him from so many different angles.
He likes being a life ruiner.
This guy's such an asshole, man. Yeah. Outside of doing horrible, violent crimes, it doesn't get much worse than this.
Many
that
law
guy.
enforcement
You know that
entities
guy,
telling him
right?
to shut
Yeah,
the
I know that
site
guy.
down or else.
I worked for that guy. That's crazy. Look at that. What did he say?
This guy's such an asshole, man. Yeah. Outside of doing horrible, violent crimes, it doesn't get much worse than this.
Many.
Oh my.
Waiting for Hasan. away with it every time.